family, and this was sort of the perfect event to sort of be a catch-all, whatever a family gathering might look like for your Sims, whether it's something really casual where you all just hang out on the beach, or something a little bit more formal like a more traditional Chinese-inspired tea ceremony that you want to invite your family to. We felt like this kind of can meet any culture's sort of expectations for what a family gathering might be, and you can host it at any time along throughout the wedding process.
So we are going to plan a wedding ceremony today, and I want to show you how this is special. So first off, there's the Invite Sims panel, which, you know, should look fairly similar, but what's special about these weddings is that you can select Sims of Honor, an officiant, a flower pal, and a ring bearer. And right now you'll look in here and there isn't anything there. And what you'll need to do is that in game you're actually going to go and you're going to ask someone, you know, hey, would you be my flower pal? And there are a little bit, there are also a few Sims that can, you know, also ask, like, I would like to be your Sim of Honor, you know, for your wedding. So you can do that a little bit of both directions. And that'll be for Sims that are engaged. That's where you'll be able to do that. And then we have our guest panel. So right now, I'm gonna start with Tommy and Camille. So Tommy is our daughter and Camille is our friend. So that's our guest for now. I'll show you a little bit of the gameplay a little later as far as the flower pal, and we'll try to get our daughter to be that person. So the next biggest thing is the selected activity. And so this is really kind of the core of our wedding events. And what we were trying to do here is that we were trying to let you select the things that are right for your Sims, the couples that you're playing with. And so if I say that for this couple, we want to exchange the vows, walk down the aisle, cut the cake, but, you know, we have our daughter there. Maybe we don't want to embarrass her with the kissing, so we'll leave that off for now. We want to dance. We love dancing. And so these are the activities that we're going to do at our wedding. And it's really about choosing and, you know, kind of molding this event to what you and your Sims want. So we'll start there. So the style, this is kind of a place where you get to see how, you know, your wedding comes together. So we select the cake also in gameplay, and so you're not going to select it here, but there's a little tooltip here if you need help on how to select the cake for the wedding. I'll show you how we'll do that later. We have a guest attire option, so you can come here and select a color. If you want everyone to come in purples or blues, you can select that. I'm going to let people come in their own attire. I'm not that much of a bridezilla. And then we have our edit outfit, which will allow you to select the formal outfit for your couple, your wedding couple. We do have, you can select it here, go straight into cast. We also have a building in town, and we'll show it off that way. So then our last thing is the time and the place. We can choose a park, which is pretty typical of those base game weddings. We do have the new wedding venue, which is a base game venue type that everyone will be getting. And then we have our home. And, you know, as I was talking earlier...
Bom, galera, aqui ela tá falando sobre a gente fazer a escolha da localidade onde vai se casar e a gente pode escolher o horário, né, do casamento. E a gente pode escolher a nossa residência também, como localidade para o casamento, igual eu já tinha antes no jogo.
We'll say this vow is okay, so it's that bad, so we'll do that, and it's done, and it's updated. So, I know I've been kind of talking very fast, but is there anything that Cheyenne or Morgan want to show off before we jump into the other neighborhood? I'm gonna go off with the actual visuals of this world.
Então eles estão mostrando aí o mundo, né, em volta, um pouco, né, essa é uma família. São um casal com um filho. E aqui seria o mapa, tá? Como é que ele tá. Dá pra ver ali no chão um anel, né, de casamento bem grande.
Romantic sites and places you could go, whether that be like for pictures before or after your wedding, or if you wanted to take Sims on dates here, or you're just having like a romantic honeymoon evening on the beach. Like, we really wanted to fill both of these neighborhoods with like house or
Ela tá falando que tem cachoeira,
it also has the
que é
two
a
little
visão,
like
né, da cachoeira.
swans that float around that are in love.
É, pelo
It's
visto
got
sim,
some
não
like
pode ir até
lunch
cachoeira, eu acho. Não sei, é o que tá
really
aparecendo. Ou
fun
pode.
lore around it.
É, eu
If
acho
you
que
talk to
sim.
the NPCs that live here, depending on your relationship with them, they have a lot to say about this world and about each other. And I love the history for the Lover's Tree. If you look at it, it kind of looks like two people are intertwined and throughout the
Ah, a
story
gente
and
pode
stuff.
nadar na localidade ali, ó, tá
You
vendo?
also get special buffs
A
for
NPC
swimming in
ali
the water
assim,
here.
saindo dali.
And that's super romantic, and I love that bridge at night whenever like the fireflies come out. It's really, really beautiful
Ela
location.
tá comentando que é uma localidade bem romântica, né? Essa localidade aí.
That's gotta be one of the starters with the best views in game. Has to be.
Cara, se a gente puder fazer algumas coisas no game relacionado ao casamento, né? Que nem, por exemplo, sei lá, tirar fotos, né? Nesse novo pacote aí do The Sims vai ser legal, porque a gente pode estar, igual a gente faz no casamento mesmo, que é após o casamento tirar fotos de algumas localidades, né? Da cidade. Ela tá mostrando que ali tem alguns locais para poder relaxar na beira da praia, né? E esse é a visão do mapa, galera. Essa é a visão do mapa. Aí ela tá selecionando uma família aí ou alguém para poder ir em uma localidade. Ah, sim, só por poder nadar aí já valeu muito, é verdade, cara. Que essa visão ali da cachoeira também, sensacional, cara.
Are based on different locations in the Mediterranean. So you get the beautiful blue crystal water, the beaches with the nice sunsets, and just a unique location for the Sims to spend time.
Ah, galera, isso aqui é ao vivo, tá? Do canal oficial do The Sims.
As we mentioned, this is our empty beach lot, and with the additional lots that are in the gallery, there is one that is a wedding venue that is perfect for putting right here on the beach, and the sun sets over the water, so it's a pretty gorgeous evening wedding.
Nighttime too, because sorry.
Sorry to jump in. Do you mind setting the master volume to the game at like 15%?
Yeah.
Ah, o áudio. O volume.
So
do
this
jogo.
lot is also really nice at night because there's special luminescent algae that glows in the water right off of this shore.
Ah, no kit de carnaval, é verdade.
There's some cool lore around that
Verdade.
too. But
É
but it
parecido.
gives your Sims like a special buff whenever you swim there at night together. So that's kind of a cool like romantic activity to do together as well in the neighborhood.
Yeah. So right over here is our lounge. That's kind of a
Esses
place
são
where you
os
can
próprios
have your
desenvolvedores, tá, do
engagement
game que
dinners, your
estão
personal
falando aí.
dinners, any of those. There's a nice little landing over here if you want. We've got just a lot of places to like walk around and explore. Up here we've got our Thief Estate, which is our other pre-made family, and there's a lot of fun, lore between the two families.
Acho que o esquema.
Like my favorite historical Sims characters of all time ever.
O esquema que ele comentou aí no chat, aí, o Zermog aí, seria interessante se eles colocassem mais coisa temática assim, né, de comemoração igual o carnaval, na minha opinião. Porque não tem só o carnaval, né?
Oh my gosh, it's all too much. Let's just get married. And this is our kind of city hall, and you can just come here and get
Ah, tá. Então aí é o cartório, né, pra poder fazer o casamento. Se a pessoa quiser se casar logo, ao invés de se casar com festa ou algo assim. Ou simplesmente usar o banheiro do local ali, pelo visto. E aí dá pra comprar algumas comidas nessa localidade.
mess around, and it might grow much. Over here we've got our Chinese food. That you
Comida
can order.
chinesa.
Same with the Indian food of how it might be a bigger list if you own some other packs. We've got our flower cart.
Ah, dá pra comprar
where
as
you can buy
flores.
flowers, and then you can also buy your wedding bouquet. And then we've got our cake patisserie stand.
Provavelmente
where
eu
you
acho que
can
precisa
order
comprar as
some,
flores pro casamento, eu acho, não sei.
cake slices,
Ou só
and you
pra
can
dar
kind
pra
of get
pessoa com quem tá se
that
casando ou que
chance
ama.
to taste test the different types of cake. And then you can purchase a smaller variety of the cakes. You can also cook the cake with the gourmet cooking skill, or you can order one online. So let us come over here. I wonder if we can get our Sims to sit here together.
Você pode sentar em volta do chafariz, né?
Testing. We do have like a new buffet table where you can place down food, and the food that you can place on it are the same as the market stalls here. So if you want to also taste test that food, that's another thing you can do. This fountain, sorry.
Oh, go for it.
I was gonna say this fountain's really romantic looking, and it's sort of the perfect little centerpiece to the square area. And we were really excited to get sitting in for, I imagine, what Rebecca's gonna show.
Então, se fosse uma atualização pro jogo base, eu concordo.
The lights from the shops are gorgeous.
O que ela tá falando? Ah, tá. O que vai ter de diferença? Dá um beijo. Você pode interagir, beijar, normal, igual a gente já fazia. Bom, o que o Zermog comentou aí no chat, pessoal, é que uma coisa que eu concordo, se já tivesse uma atualização no jogo base em relação a casamento, porque de fato o casamento no The Sims é uma coisa escassa, né, e bem simples. Esse negócio de você se casar em casa, né, parece a mesma coisa que você ir no cartório, praticamente, não tem muita graça. Então eu concordo com ele nesse aspecto aí, que já deveria ter no The Sims normal, né, no base dele.
Square painting, and if you talk to her and you get friendly with her, she might tell you some of like the best locations to find scenic areas around. And then Dominique is the town historian, and some of my favorite interactions are with her, where if you really get to know her and talk to her, she'll tell you so much about this area and the history, and
legal.
there's some of my favorite things you can find out through her.
So we just went into the dress shop.
Vamos ver o que a gente vai ter aqui. Esse aqui, pessoal, é a loja de roupa pro casamento, tá? Então, como vocês vão ver, ela comentou que é wedding shop, né? No caso, é o local para casamento, as roupas.
Like click through these real quick, just kind of the general shapes. So we have two suits, and then we have the jumpsuit that you saw in the trailer. We have it with and without a little cape. And then we have a bunch of dresses, and I'll let Cheyenne talk as I'm clicking through the rest.
Olha que legal.
Yeah, a lot of the dresses, almost all of them, I think, have white and red colors if you want like more traditional colors for your wedding. But we also have other color variants, so you can have some of the bride dresses used as like bridesmaid type dresses or mother of the bride dresses, or if you just want to go to a fancy event, you've got more options. And that's one of our beautiful Indian-inspired dresses. And we also have,
E a gente pode ver a variedade também, pessoal, de roupas de acordo com cada nação, indiana, né, igual ela comentou ali, ou o tradicional mesmo, né, que são roupas, vestidos naturais, que a gente pode ir na loja com demais sims, escolher a roupa de toda a família ou convidados ali também, se eles são da parte da família, a gente pode ir com eles lá e cada um comprar para si e escolher a roupa que quer.
the team did a great job on them, and some of them have a new look to them, which allows a little bit more of the ethereal, translucent look to dresses that makes them feel fresh and bright and light.
Ela quer mostrar um pouco como é que
Variants of base game
a pessoa
to
ficaria
some
com
of
o
the
vestido
to some of the
à luz
older
do sol.
outfits to match our color palettes.
Yeah, and those will be coming out with the patch. So when you see the patch notes, we'll hopefully have some images so you can know exactly which outfits do have new variants for you. So let's get him a little cleaned up and ready for the wedding with his suit.
Aí agora
Nice.
o, mas...
I was just gonna say that's one of my favorite.
o masculino, pessoal, vamos ver.
Cute little like suspender outfit.
Yeah, it's a really cute outfit. I mean, if we do it in like a nice black or a suit color, we could leave that. But I think I'd like to go for a more formal suit for him.
Ai, que legal.
For the feminine assets as well as the men's clothes, we have variants that look more formal, and then many of them also have options for a more rustic or casual look.
Yeah, and then one of the other things that we've added this pack, which you'll find here under necklaces, is our boutonnieres. And so we have a few different varieties with quite a few different colors, and you can find which ones are right for your sim.
A gente tem esses detalhes, né, de plantas e flores, né, que a gente coloca como detalhe no terno. Isso aí é interessante.
Yeah, I like the succulent ones a lot.
And let's see if we can get her to come into cast real quick.
It feels really nice coming into the square and like before your wedding, doing like your shopping and doing the cake and looking at your dresses, and it was really important, I know, to the design team to have that moment where you were kind of like in-game doing the planning. You can also do it quicker just through menus if you want, but this is really fun to be able to play it out as well, depending on how you want to set up for your wedding.
É verdade.
Yeah, and that's something which we don't want, it's about the gameplay. We don't want you to be stuck in menus the whole time. So I really love this dress in the back and just that little detail. So I'll probably leave her in this outfit when we do leave, but let's just show off some of the other options. And then for the girls, actually, we did update their dress in the free holiday pack that we have. That dress will have now a few more colors. Oh, I was going to take off feminine, and then we have this suit that is that's the suit for this pack, and then the base game suit also has a few new colors. So whatever fits your Sims personality. And then I realized I forgot to show off the hairs, but we do have these hairs available to our children, including this one, which you probably saw in the trailer. This one I think was the other one that didn't necessarily get to see all the way around, and it's got a very nice little bun and these little pearls everywhere. But we'll go back to this hair. Her.
And then adults have one that's kind of like that long one, but with like a veil over the front that comes in one with a lot of white veils and one with a lot of multicolored veils.
Okay, so now that we've gone through cast, let us come and grab a bouquet.
Então, pessoal, a gente pode comprar os buquês de flores, tá? A gente pode estar adquirindo nessa barraquinha aqui de flores. E você pode comprar vários buquês, né, para o casamento. Até porque ele vai ficar no seu inventário provavelmente, e você vai jogar ali pro local de casamento para poder arrumar o casamento, né? Lá dá para segurar.
We'll do this on our own lot, but if you take them out, you'll see that they have a little bit of a glass face that you can keep them, for as long as you want. Let's see. We can go cake test, but my Sim's actually a really good cook, so I'm gonna just go ahead and let her make her own cake. And let's show off these two other lots, and then we'll get back into the other neighborhood. So this one is our rental lot that you can come vacation at, and I think it honestly has the best view.
Esse é um local que a gente pode vir de férias, né, para aproveitar o feriado, ou a lua de mel, se quiser preferir.
It's really beautiful.
And so the backyard's really nicely set up for you to just enjoy view.
Yeah, especially in that hot tub.
Yeah. And then they've got this little starter home over here on this kind of like private island that you can enjoy for yourself. So that is the most of these neighborhoods. I'm going way too fast. I'm sorry.
I wouldn't mind pointing out too that we have
Alright.
new sand interactions.
Yes,
So-
perfect. Let's pull you down onto the beach here.
You can do like children can play in the sand, even if you don't own Sulani in this neighborhood. But for adults, teens and older, we added some fun new interactions. Where
Ela tá
they
falando aqui
draw
que as pessoas, as crianças, as famílias, eles podem vir brincar na areia. É uma coisa que a gente já tem, né, nos pacotes anteriores, que é interagir com a areia, brincar, fazer castelos, essas coisas, né? Ou fazer coisas engraçadas em família, ou em conjunto aqui.
It's just a really fun, cute activity. We also have a set of collectibles in this pack that are message in a bottles. So specifically in this world, on this beach and the other beach to the right, sometimes you'll see mounds pop up, and if you dig through the mound, you might find a message in a bottle. There are 20 message in a bottles in total, 5 different types, and they all have a unique appearance. They're really pretty, but whenever you click on them, you can read the messages inside, and there are some really fun messages. And it's ended up being one of my favorite things about this pack. You can find out about the Sims that lived here, some from the past, some that are present, and even Sims from other neighborhoods.
Ela tá comentando aqui, galera, em inglês aqui, falando que a gente vai poder achar algumas garrafas com mensagens, igual daquelas pessoas que ficam à deriva, né, nas ilhas, ou sobreviventes. E nessas mensagens que a gente pega dessas garrafas, a gente descobre sobre os sims daqui desse mapa, tá? E sobre o passado delas, ou até mais, descobre mais sobre a cidade, entendeu? É interessante isso aí, porque a pessoa ela tem que ir desvendando ou achando um jeito de descobrir sobre a cidade. E pelo que eles comentaram antes, dá pra gente descobrir sobre a cidade falando com os sims que moram aqui também, tá?
At the wedding. So, looks like she's thinking about it, and okay, successful. So let's open up this wedding.
Ó, ela vai organizar o casamento.
Can.
I always think it's funny when she says no.
She has said no to me in the past when I've done this, and it's kind of sad. I was just being kind of bratty that day, but today she said yes at least, so that's nice. And then, just as a quick view of what I was discussing earlier is now that we've changed their outfits in formal.
Bom, galera, o que o Usermog comentou aí, eu concordo com ele em alguns aspectos, mas o que ele quer dizer é que acaba ficando chato a gameplay depois de um tempo, até porque também devido a coisas que repetitivas, os mapas é o mesmo, as interações são as mesmas, então acho que é sugerível aí, na minha opinião, que você crie séries diferentes ou gameplays diferentes, pra poder não ficar na mesma coisa, sei lá, vampiros, ou matar sims, ou criar qualquer coisa diversiada aí.
As our flower pal, so we can show you how that works, and then we have a few guests, just our couple in the background. So while we are doing that,
E lembrando também, galera, que dá pra poder... tem as construções também, então aí vai nos mods que a gente baixa pra ter variedade de coisas pra construir também, né? Pra ficar legal a gameplay.
and there's about 9 different shapes of cakes, and then within each of those there's a varying number of colors.
E aqui são os bolos, né? Os bolos pro casamento que dá pra poder fazer.
Flavors on the inside, but they Sorry, so that'll be something that you can see if you want to go taste the cakes in the town center. So I really like some of the ones that we've done that have kind of a non.
Olha o tamanho desses bolos, cara.
So obviously we have the beachy cakes and we have like a plasma cake. So those are kind of fun. But let us go ahead and bake a cake for now. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about or have me show off while we're in the middle? Oh, I know what I can show off. The tea set. So here, I'm going to have her make some dinner real quick so nobody tries to eat our cake. And he can come over and show off the tea if you want to talk about that, Morgan.
Oh, this is one of my new favorite objects in, like, out of all the packs. We added a tea set. We actually added 2 tea sets. We have an English inspired tea set and a Chinese inspired tea set. And we really wanted to make them accurate. So with the Chinese tea set, there aren't handles, and with the English tea set, there are handles, and they hold them a little bit differently. Each tea set has 3 different variants, and they're all really beautiful. Yeah, you can come over, and as you saw, you have a lot of tea options.
Bom, galera, a gente pode agora interagir com novos objetos, que nem esse aqui de tomar chá, e eles são baseados na cultura inglesa e na chinesa, tá?
Ceremonies, you get a few special interactions that let you serve it either kneeling or bowing when you serve it, and those are specific to wedding ceremonies to sort of support those traditions. But in general, you can just serve them like a normal way if you'd like. But I love the new tea sets. And this is a really beautiful home too.
Yeah, so did you want to talk a little bit about the different creators that we worked with while I'm waiting for everyone to eat? I don't want them to eat my cake.
We worked with Catherine Games, and we also worked with Ice Mun Mun, Simlacy, and Hey Harry to build all of our lots this pack. And it was really exciting to see the variety of different wedding venue ideas they had and that we could make, and they did a really amazing job. It's always a great experience getting to work with the Game Changers to build those.
Yeah, so here, I'm gonna have her make us a wedding cake, and we're doing a kind of a small wedding, so we don't need a huge cake, so I'm just gonna do this little 2-tiered.
Yeah, that's a cute cake. I think that's the heart-shaped one. It's very romantic.
Sure, you'll show it off later too, but I love the little toppers that you can add to the cakes as well. It feels like there's just such a variety you can get with them.
Yeah, and once we have a cake out, we can show it off. There's I love the options that you have, and they match with so many different things, and you can choose what's right for you and your Sims.
I know it was important that we kind of added in, like, you could pay to get all of this stuff, or you could make it yourself and kind of have, like, that less expensive wedding. Same thing with, like, the flowers. I know if you have seasons and you have the flower arranging table, you can create some of your own bouquets instead of just buying the bouquets, which is also very cool, I think.
Yeah, and they're a specific set of bouquets that you can get through that, and that's just because, you know, they're special flowers in that pack. So as you can see, these are how the bouquets look if you place them in the world, and you can kind of keep them as long as you want.
Como eu havia comentado, você compra os buquês lá no centro da cidade, né, nas barraquinhas, e coloca ela de enfeite na sua casa ou no local para o casamento.
Yeah, so now that we have our cake, we can show the new cake toppers. So here we've got a large variety of cake toppers, as you can see. And again, we've tried to add all of these filters so that you can, you know, more easily go to the different styles. We've got like cute little ghosts and bat and a palm tree as kind of those call outs to our other occults. We've got
Agora a gente tá vendo as variedades de enfeite pro bolo. Tem uma variedade boa.
I think that the roses script, like this one looks really good on this cake. And then just a cute little thing that one of our designers added in was inscribing the wedding cake topper. So we can just say and so when if you decide that you want to keep the wedding topper after the cake, it'll go into the inventory, and then you just have that nice little, sentiment. So,
I could definitely see decorating my house with like the flower bouquet I used and that wedding cake topper and having mementos from the wedding.
I'm gonna put this in our fridge for now. It is now nighttime, so let us see if we can get ourselves to tomorrow. And so we can show off some of the interesting gameplay around weddings themselves.
See some of the beautiful lighting around the neighborhood.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Is you can show up kind of along a good slope.
Up by the bridge, there's fireflies. That's one of my favorite spots here at night.
Eu também achei que aqui foi o melhor local, só que eles não colocaram muita iluminação nessa localidade aqui da cachoeira, né? Que é a ponte aqui e tal. Que nem ela falou ali, que de fato é um dos lugares mais bonitos pra ela. Também concordo. Só que tem pouca iluminação, né?
Yeah, while we were practicing for this, Simger's Steve reminded me of first person mode, so I'm sure that like walking along here and that might be really gorgeous at night. See if we can get our Sims to sleep. I know it's an exciting day tomorrow, so maybe they'll have a little trouble sleeping, but
I think Cheyenne might also not mind talking about the sort of wedding decorations and what we did with florals for that.
To put the camera in the backyard, we can talk about kind of what's there. Oh, yeah. So this is a really, really lovely setup that our wonderful game changer has made. I love the flowers, but if you have Sims that don't necessarily love flowers or want a different style of decor, we have a variety of options. We've got those chairs without the flower backing. We have new wedding arches, more variants, swatches on things like the sign, so it can fit with any wedding style. And I think Rebecca will show more off later, but we just got a lot of colors and options on pretty much everything, like different dance floor textures, to really give you the tools to create the wedding of your dreams.
Yeah, no, there's one of my new favorite objects in this pack as well. I know I keep saying that. I guess I can't pick. It's still the tea set, but I also really like the piano.
Bom, uma coisa que eu já imaginei, que a gente pode imaginar que já era pra ter no jogo é novos arcos, né, de casamento. E seria interessante se a gente pudesse customizar eles, né, colocar algumas coisas penduradas, igual a árvore de Natal mesmo.
yeah, so yeah, I might be able to put that there or over here on it. So yeah, that's I really like that. I think my favorite's the piano, and it came in pretty early while we were working, and I think we were excuse me. We had just started working on the pack, and it came in, and I was just like, that's gorgeous, and it was the first thing we saw.
Yeah. There's also different options for the aisle. Right now, I think we've just got the one that has the flower petals on the side, but you can also choose one that's totally invisible in live mode, so you could put anything under it you want, if it's sand or if it's a rug or whatever. And then we have some other options that are like they look like aisle runners.
Yeah.
In all different lengths too. Like there's 3 different lengths, maybe.
Yes, 3 different lengths, kind of like a short, medium, and long. I believe we have the short here in the backyard, and then the 2 varieties that you guys were mentioning.
We don't see it here too much on this lot. If we have time, it would be great to look at some of the other lots created by the Game Changers, but we also have new build assets to help provide more options for locations.
Yeah, I love the stained glass windows.
Yeah, there's some gorgeous stained glass windows. There's new windows that kind of match the vibe of the town that we're in. Doors, arch. Yeah, there's a handful of those.
Então ela tá comentando aqui, galera, que vai ter novas janelas, portas, cortinas.
How a lot of these buildings have a very open feel with it, and you have like the windows that are open that don't necessarily have glass, and it feels very Mediterranean inspired to me.
Yeah. That's something that's really beautiful in the...
E uma coisa também que, só relembrar aqui, pessoal, que já marcaram o casamento, igual apareceu a mensagem ali, na tela ali. Então ela marcou o casamento para um determinado horário, por isso que ela tá passando a hora mais rápido, porque aí para chegar no casamento logo, tá? E a cerimônia começou.
We've gotten our activity list that'll show up right here, and this is kind of, it's kind of a chance to remind you what you wanted to do. If you decide not to do it, that's okay. It's all about what's your wedding. And if you hover over them, they'll kind of tell you how you can complete each of these. So I'm going to see if we can get everyone to come gather here. And that's an interaction that's specific to the guests of the wedding. So if your sim couple won't necessarily come and do that. Did my guest show up? No, guest didn't show up. Interesting. Oh, they were busy.
Os convidados.
What's nice about those activities at the top left there are you can do them, but you also don't have to. Just because we didn't want your...
Os convidados não compareceram, aí vai ficar feio pra eles, né? Porque eles estão na live mostrando as novidades do pacote, né? Aí complica.
Because these sims didn't select T as an activity. If they still wanted to do that and change their mind, they could still click on the objects and have the interactions available. They won't be restricted.
So it looks like Camille did show up. I don't know where Dominique is, but... So you can send your sims down the aisle. You can send them up the aisle, down the aisle, and there's a few special interactions. So now we're gonna...
Então ela tá falando que a pessoa pode... Bom, enfim, galera, eu só achei que sem música não ficou legal, né? Eu acho que ela não contratou músico, tá vendo que não tem pianista? Cadê o músico?
Send down our flower pal, which is our daughter. See if she might be too interested in being seated, so we'll just help her along.
It's important that they stay seated.
No, she doesn't. So. She was doing it perfectly the other day, and that's just how Sims like to be. So I'm gonna bring Lucia here and get her to walk down the aisle. Okay, so we're going to hold our bouquet and then walk down the aisle. So just have that kind of, beautiful moment of her getting to walk down. And we'll put this away and get to... That is not what I told you to do, but okay. we're gonna come back and exchange vows and kiss.
Já deu pra ver, galera, que se você demorar pra trocar os votos ou fazer alguma ação, o seu sim simplesmente sai de perto, igual a noiva fez.
And you'll see like the Sims here are kind of, you know, reacting to the moments of them saying their vows and having that special moment with each other. And, you know, kind of one of the hopes that I know are looks like the passerbys kind of caught a wave of that moment of real emotion. But kind of our lead designer really wanted that, you know, if you're sitting here, you could have that emotional moment of just being there with your Sims. And he's like, I want to make the player cry. And so I hope that, you know, with being able to set up the wedding, that you really want that we get that moment and with you all together.
Enquanto eles estão trocando os votos, os outros sims dá pra ver que eles estão, né, comovidos ou demonstrando algumas emoções, né, de acordo com o que tá rolando. Só que tem um
Yeah. Oh.
Tem um porém.
I seem to pause there for a moment. I guess we're not quite done.
Oh, maybe they'll bonk heads.
Well, cross my fingers for you that we'll get that cute one. Nope. But
Aw, the new animation.
It was still sweet.
yeah. And, you know, as just a reminder, this is just the wedding because we felt like this was the one that we could show off the best for everyone. You know, kind of the thing about weddings is that you can do a lot of different events over a lot of different days, and that just doesn't quite show up well on stream. So don't forget that we do have all of the other events that we kind of showed off. So let us show off is sending 2 Sims down the aisle. So we're going to have Sia and Mateo. And there. Uh-oh, I clicked it wrong. This is my fault. This is not the Sims.
Ela errou.
So send up is going to go one direction and send down is going to go the other direction based on the way that you have the wedding aisle set up, and that's just how it is.
Bom, galera, o que ela tá explicando aí é basicamente que se você colocar pra descer ou subir ou andar, né, seria pra você sair e a aisle, que eles chamam, seria o caminho, tá? A passagem local para até o arco de casamento.
The ceremony moment. So we're gonna serve some food. So you can serve different types of food here, and I'm going to have everyone time to eat. So try and get everyone to come over here and eat something.
Those group interactions are really nice for controlling the flow of your wedding with everyone doing stuff together.
Yeah.
E atravessar os objetos também, né? Isso ela não falou.
Okay, so I'll have to eat. Let's see. Didn't actually fill the fountain. I got a fountain full of cheese, and I didn't put the fountain full of cheese. It's very important.
4
Is there anything
queijos.
you guys want to have me show off?
Então você tem uma
The
cascata.
toasting bucket is very cool.
Então é o seguinte, tem a mesa redonda e nela vai ter as comidas, né? Você escolhe colocar todos os pratos e você coloca também bebida que é em cascata, pelo visto, que dá pra entender ali.
I guess I didn't put the wedding cake away properly, so I'm going to just grab a new wedding cake.
De creme, seda pra caixa. Pode, pior que eu gosto de bolo também, cara. Principalmente de chocolate.
We do also have some fruit cakes.
Eu gosto mais dos bolos que tem como é o nome?
Enjoyed the fruit cake welcome wacket.
Não precisa exatamente ter. Eu esqueci o nome.
Set that plate, so now
Se eu
we
lembrar, eu
put it
falo.
there, and we'll get the wedding topper back out here. Okay, and let's see if we can get our Sims to cut the cake together.
Ah, dá pra cortar o bolo junto. Isso já deveria. É que nem o nosso amigo falou aí, pessoal. Oi, Renan.
Yes, feeling
Boa noite, cara. Como é que você tá? Tudo bem? Seja bem-vindo. Mostrando as novidades do novo pacote do The Sims, casamento. Os desenvolvedores estão fazendo live direto.
This is another one that has like different outcomes, and I think the different outcomes are really nice because it means if you have different Sims that are doing these interactions on different weddings, you might have like a completely different wedding story, you know? And I think that makes it really fun. Like even beyond just that you can determine what activities people are doing or what events you hold, there's also like if you cut the cake on two different Sims, it might turn out differently, you know?
Yeah, it was working perfectly earlier. Fine, we'll just feed it together. Oh, we can have that cute moment of eating the cake together. And other people can start eating cake. Just not cooperating with me today.
You can see the different cute insides of the cakes.
Yeah, this one's nice, like, got like a fruity layer in the middle there. Gonna have. Give us a toast.
Então, uma coisa que o nosso amigo aí, o Usermog, comentou, eu concordo com ele, que no jogo base já deveria ter alguma coisa relacionada a casamento, né? Tem que ser uma coisa básica, simples ali, porque toda vez que for casar, se for uma coisa meio simples, medíocre ali, não tem tanta graça, né? Agora, esse aqui, tem coisas aqui que já deveriam ter, né? Você colocar as cadeiras, né? Tem um caminho até o círculo, né? Até a passagem, né, do casamento ali, o local.
Share their venues that they made, and yeah, so that's something that's new as well.
So we've had, kind of our toast moment and everything, and then I'm gonna turn off some romance.
Ela comentou sobre ter o brinde no casamento. Antes já tinha, eu lembro no 2, coisas que eles retiraram no 4, que já deveria ter também. Que é bem zoado isso aí, porque você chama o pessoal pra vir e não vem todos. E aí eles já faz o brinde ali meio que rápido.
But also, as you're about ready to see, when they're not doing this, slow dancing, which is really, really, really great to see in The Sims.
Yeah.
And
Uma coisa que eu vi aqui, pessoal, tá vendo que tem a mesa de champanhe? Isso aí eles retiraram também do The Sims, sendo que tinha no 2. Agora por quê?
really sweet little like changes and
Eu
things
não
they
sei.
do in the middle of dancing, but you can also do interactions where you click on the other person you're dancing with and you can have special moments depending on how you feel about each other. For example, if you're dancing with someone you don't know and they might try to kiss you, then your sim will be like, oh no, and they'll react differently, so that's also very fun. But obviously these two are very close, so it's just a really romantic dance.
Pessoal, se vocês repararem, aqui na esquerda, onde está as opções do casamento, ou melhor, as tarefas, os objetivos, eu acho que enquanto não fizer todas elas, não acaba o casamento, que é o ideal do casamento. Você não vai determinar um horário para começar e terminar. Você simplesmente vai deixando o casamento e até acabar as partes do casamento, que nem, por exemplo, todo mundo já tá bêbado, comeu, ou vice-versa. Claro que não vai ter álcool no jogo, né? Não faz sentido no casamento, mas beleza. Então, tá vendo que não tem uma barrinha de tempo? Porque uma festa de aniversário também não é assim. E eles colocaram o tempo.
I'm gonna cancel this so we can
Opa,
go
desculpa.
another lot and show off the lot.
E também tem a parte do registro, que eu até comentei antes, que é no centro da cidade, que eu acho que é o que eles vão fazer agora.
Going to build mode
Que é o registro do
here, and we're
casamento,
just gonna show
os
off a few of
votos
the
e tal.
objects real quick, as fast as possible. We do have a few new stealth rooms that you can look at, but So one of the fun things is we've got the chairs with and without flowers.
Ah, acho que ela vai mostrar a construção agora da parte do casamento. O Zermog comentou aí que a dança deveria ser algo livre, né? Que a gente poderia escolher de espontânea vontade e não só dança lenta, né? Concordo com ele. Eu acho que pra ser isso aí, cara, eu imagino que é interagir com o rádio e colocar pra dançar uma outra estação ali, eu imagino. Deve ter essa opção sim. Igual a gente já dança normal, que é chamar todo mundo pra dançar, essas coisas. Essa parte que eu tô bastante interessado, que é a parte da construção. Vamos ver.
I think it's cool that lounge chair is portable too, so you can take it with you. I think we only had one portable lounge chair before, so maybe I don't know. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, and then we've got 3 sizes of this dance.
É, o mapa tá. Nossa, cara, o mapa tá bem bonito. Nesse eles capricharam, mas assim. Tem coisas que poderiam ter mudado, que nem mais iluminação na parte da cachoeira, sabe? Nos cantos da cidade.
With one fountain, and then you saw the toasting bucket earlier. Let's see.
Some nice variants too. Some without a script on the front, and some with.
Yeah.
Oh, all the wedding arches are lovely, and there are some new variants on the base game wedding arches as well that are coming out free.
Ah, é de graça
So
o arco.
those are some table flowers that you can put on the table, and your guests can actually see each other. The big left floral item is one of my absolute favorites. It's so nice for either framing an arch or an entryway.
And then I like the new pergola, and I like that you can set down 2 of them kind of like up against each other and make it like one super pergola, or just have the smaller one, or
Yeah, it also goes nicely right up against a wall if you want to shade your guests or your family for dinner or anything.
And then we saw some of these, and we've got the ones with and without lights and flowers.
Arco.
We've got a few different like table decorations. I'll place these down and come over here at some point. And then here's the aisles that we were talking about. So it just kind of looks like it, like you can kind of see where the outline is.
Pode ficar tranquilo, Renan, que vai estar disponível até acabar o dia a live, viu? Ela vai ficar durante 14 e 15 dias aí, então dá pra você assistir com calma. Então não tem problema, eu não vou retirar não, tá? É bom porque o pessoal que não assistiu ainda, tiver curiosidade, eu vou deixar aí a live, tá?
So that you can have them surrounding the aisle and have those kind of cute things. And then, of course, there's a lot of things that you're not seeing in here with all the different cakes and the different toppers and bouquets, just because those are part of, you know, the game and being able to play through those. So.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of the brighter, more colorful versions, but we do have dark variants of almost everything too if you want a more kind of moody feeling wedding.
Yeah, and here, let me see. I think one of these arches is really gorgeous this one's really gorgeous in this darker color.
Achei que ela fosse trocar a cor. O que aconteceu?
you can see some of the build assets down there at the bottom as well for the new objects that we've added for building.
Yeah.
And those curtains are also really great. You can use them to cover a whole wall, and you could do like one color for the background of the curtains, and then you can do another color on the tied-up versions, and it makes an area look really formal.
You're seeing it there with the stained glass. They have the really colorful, beautiful stained glass variants, but also just some more simple black and white and clear window versions. So they're pretty nice for whatever style you're trying to do.
Got these nice curtains that like layered on top of each other look really, really cool. So
And that ball right there goes on water, so you can like set it on a little fountain. I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
Então, galera, o que eles comentaram mais cedo aí anteriormente, é que é baseado em objetos na cultura chinesa e inglesa, tá? No inglês e no chinês.
Hey, it sounds like we need to be wrapping up. So is there any last things that you wanted to share?
Um, of our game changer built lots, we tried to make them the same size as our other wedding venue lot, and we have a few of those 50 by 40 lots around so that you can place them throughout the world wherever you might like to add more wedding venues if you want, or replace the one that is there if one of those speaks more to you. But also there's one that was made perfect for Newcrest. That we've added in. So if you wanted a Newcrest wedding venue, and then Rebecca also called out the perfect little one for the beach in the other neighborhood as well. So it's nice to have those pre-built wedding venue options that the Game Changers made that are all gorgeous. That's it from me.
China, did you have anything else you wanted to share?
No, I'm excited for players to get in here and start exploring all the options, and excited to see different wedding combinations that go up on the gallery.
Yeah, and I think that the fact that it'll be
Então é isso, pessoal. Pelo visto, eles meio que terminaram já de mostrar o que tinha pra mostrar.
it means that people are gonna
Só que eu acho que assim, tem umas coisas que ficou faltando, que eu percebi ali que ela não mostrou. Por exemplo, músico, né, tocando na hora da entrada do noivo, da noiva. Eu acho que deveria ter assim, a opção de você escolher. Cara, no casamento, a gente praticamente a gente molda ele do jeito que a gente quer, entendeu? A gente escolhe as coisas, né? Por exemplo, a música de entrada para um, a música de entrada para outro. Pelo menos a música de entrada do noivo e da noiva, ou sei lá, do casamento em si, a gente poderia escolher qual que o pianista ali ou o músico tocaria. Geralmente tem violinista, ali eu só vi o piano. Então tem muita coisa assim, galera, que eu já fui em casamento e, entendeu? Eu já estive ali no local e sei que faltou ali, sabe? A gente viu pouca gente no casamento e tal, mas foi válido. Acho que, assim, trouxe bastante coisa, faz sentido porque o casamento clássico de certa forma, a gente usa, assim, tem isso de itens, só tem isso de itens. Cara, na verdade tem mais, acabou mostrando, tá? Anteriormente ali. Mas assim, eu acho que pro casamento, eu não sei se é só aquilo que ela mostrou ali não, viu? Eu acho que tem mais sim. Eu imagino que tenha mais aí pra esse pacote. Mas a melhor forma de estar sabendo mesmo é vendo gameplay e tal, né? Sobre isso aí. Bom, é isso, galera. A live foi mais pra mostrar as novidades aí do pacote, tá? Se vocês quiserem deixar algum comentário aí, fica à vontade. Eu acho que faltou bastante coisa, tá? Que nem, por exemplo, a parte da música que eu comentei que ficou faltando aí. Vamos ver uma coisa aqui. Agora a live não vai ficar disponível, deixa eu ver aqui. Vamos ver se está disponível. Ó, eu vou mostrar essa parte aqui, pessoal, ó,
this is the world
do mapa.
and as you can see we have 9 lots. All of them can be built on or changed, but what we have off the top is 2 starter homes, one here and one here. We have
Olha, eu gostei também, mas tem coisas que é natural do casamento que ficou faltando na minha opinião, sabe? Não é reclamando demais, mas também achando que... Porque já que os desenvolvedores, na verdade, não trouxeram, né, que nem eu tava conversando com o Zermog aí, coisas naturais que já deveriam ter, né, no casamento, numa coisa simples. O músico de fato seria interessante porque vai, por exemplo, você escolher também, deveria ter, por exemplo, assim, um local onde que você escolhesse as músicas, ou na hora de escolher quem vai ser o músico do casamento, quem vai tocar o piano, sabe, que isso já tem, você escolhesse a música que vai tocar tema ali, né? Pelo menos uma música que a gente quisesse escolher. Né, músicos tocando violino, a entrada dos familiares ou das pessoas, tal, quem vai ser padrinhos, tal. Poderia ter tipo uma almofadinha com anel em cima, essas coisas assim. E você escolher a roupa deles também, ou algo assim. Ou, por exemplo, assim, o casamento, o temático que vai ser. Aí as pessoas teriam que ir com aquela roupa parecida, por exemplo, o casamento chinês. Então eles iriam com a roupa caracterizada ali, né, no tema. Esse aqui ela tá comentando nesse momento sobre é, o planejamento do casamento, tá? Porque aqui você pode ver o horário que as pessoas trabalham, né? E no caso, a pessoa poderia folgar no dia ali, que seriam as datas, né? O calendário, no caso aqui.
In the Ad Wedding event, we have 7 events, so you will see 6 here, and then 1 additional event, which is a vow renewal, which will only show up after you're married. So right now our Sims are only engaged, and so this is what they'll see. We have our batch party, which is kind of that traditional last night out. We wanted to go for a more gender neutral.
Essa aqui seria praticamente o que a gente já viu no The Sims, que é escolher o local do evento que a gente está organizando, no caso casamento ou seja aniversário, e pode ir nos bares ou na sua própria residência, tá? Então deixa eu ver aqui. Ele vai ficar assim, ó. O nome da cidade, galera, se chama Tartosa, tá? Ou Tartosa. Aí aqui no caso, vamos ver, ela selecionou uma família, que é essa residência aqui.
They, have a setup ready to have that nice backyard quiet wedding, and so we're going to do that with them today. So the first thing, let me show you.
Agora na hora da organização,
But what's
aqui é o padrão, tá? Que a gente já vê do aniversário, casamento, que eu tinha mostrado antes aí.
special about these weddings is that you can select Sims of Honor, an officiant, a
Peraí, desculpa, voltar um pouquinho aqui. Aqui.
a wedding ceremony today, and I want to show you how this is special. So first off, there's the Invite Sims panel, which, should look fairly similar, but what's special about these weddings is that you can select Sims of Honor, an officiant, a flower pal, and a ring bearer. And right now you'll look in here and there isn't anything there. And what you'll need to do is that in game you're actually going to go and you're going to ask someone, hey, would you be my flower pal? And there are a little bit, there are also a few Sims that can, also ask, like, I would like to be your Sim of Honor, for your wedding. So you can do that a little bit of both directions. And that'll be for Sims that are engaged. That's where you'll be able to do that. And then that person.
Bom, aqui a gente vai ter os Sims que vai convidar, todas aquelas coisas. E pelo visto ela não chamou músicos, que eu achei que deveria, só pra mostrar. Que nem, por exemplo, aqui, ó. Invite assim, Flower Paul, acho que seria a pessoa pra jogar flores, eu acho, não sei. Essa aqui, acho que é a pessoa que vai trazer o anel.
So Tommy is our daughter. What we're trying to do here is that we're trying to let you.
E esses aqui são os objetivos, tá? Do casamento, que a gente viu ali na demonstração deles na live. Que aqui é trocar votos, né? Conversas e tal. Que esse eu acho que provavelmente esse. Cara, eu não vi. Será que ninguém reparou isso aí? Bom, eu reparei, eu até esqueci de comentar. E o padre? Cadê o padre? Porque aqui, ó. Vamos voltar um pouquinho aqui. Acho que o Sim of Honor provavelmente é o padre, tá? Eu imagino. Mas aí ela clicou ali e não tinha nenhum. Esse é o Sim que vai dar as honras, né? No caso, que é Honor. É isso que eu tava pensando aqui, cadê o padre, né? Então, galera, tipo, eu não vi padre nenhum aí na live deles. Deveriam ter chamado ou dado um jeito de trazer algum padre pra demonstrar, tá? Pra gente, o padre ali e tal, fazendo a honra e tal. Bom, aqui, galera, vai ser o estilo, tá? Nessa parte é o estilo que você vai escolher pro casamento. Que seria a roupa do noivo e da noiva. Só lembrando que vai ter um momento aqui que vai mostrar, ou se não, deixa eu ver aqui, eu acho que vai mostrar assim, sim, vou mostrar pra vocês as coisas que tem mais à frente, que nem aqui dá pra escolher a roupa de casamento, tá? Você vai na loja E escolhe ela ou compra.
your wedding comes together. So we select the cake also in gameplay, and so you're not going to select it here, but there's a little tooltip here if you need help on how to select the cake for the wedding. I'll show you how we'll do that.
Provavelmente tem que ter algum bolo feito, tá? Não sei, eu imagino que deve ter algum local para comprar, eu não vi essa parte aí. Mas o bolo, certamente que o ideal seria encomendar ou algo do tipo, na minha opinião.
Later, we have a guest attire option, so you can come here and select a color. If you want everyone to come in purples or blues, you can select that. I'm gonna let people come in their own attire. I'm not that much of a bridezilla. And then we have our edit outfit, which will allow you to select the formal outfit for your couple, your wedding couple. We do have, you can select it here, go straight into cast. We also have a building in town, and we'll show it off that way. So then our last thing is the time and the place. We can choose a park, which is pretty typical of those base game weddings. We do.
Isso aqui é praticamente o que a gente já viu antes, galera, que é escolher a localidade do casamento. A gente pode escolher um lote público ou a nossa própria residência.
The new wedding venue, which is a base game venue type that everyone will be getting, and then we have our home. And you know, as I was talking earlier, the home is set up perfectly for this. So
E aqui, galera, a gente vai escolher o horário de acordo com o que a gente vai estar disponível no jogo, tá? Que seria, por exemplo, que dia que vai ser no horário. Então, por exemplo, se aqui no jogo você tá 10 horas da noite, se você escolher o horário, por exemplo, às 8 da manhã, vai ser às 8 da manhã no dia seguinte.
I'm just gonna set a nice morning wedding when the sun will be very gorgeous. So now that is on our event, and as you can see, we can actually edit this event, and that's where this style page can be really cool. If I want to come in here and I decide, you know what, we'll go.
Galera, essa parte eu gostei. Você escolhe qual vai ser você pode escolher todos, provavelmente, mas você pode escolher quais são os objetivos do seu casamento, tá? Até porque quem organiza o casamento são os noivos, né? Então tá isso aí, galera. Ó, a gente pode escolher demais coisas que nem chá, né? Tomar um chá, ou jogar pétalas, beijos, ou trocar beijos, essas coisas.
Go ahead and have some toast, and we'll say the spousal kiss isn't that bad, so we'll do that, and it's done and it's updated. So, I know I've been kind of talking very fast, but is there anything that Cheyenne or Morgan want to...
Bom, enfim, o casamento já está organizado, né? Nesse momento aqui. Então vou passar um pouco para frente para vocês verem um pouco da cidade aí, pessoal. Aqui, ó. Calma aí, volta. Aqui. Tá vendo? Ela vai indo com a câmera. Ela vem vindo com a câmera e vai mostrando a localidade.
Pictures or just going for a walk with a loved one. If you want to get the camera around out, I know it can be jarring sometimes, but it'd be nice to just see the other areas.
Yeah, we really wanted to make sure there were a lot of different romantic sites and places you could go, whether that be for pictures before or after your wedding, or if you wanted to take Sims on dates here, or you're just having a romantic honeymoon evening on the beach. We really wanted to fill this, both of these neighborhoods with locales for romance.
Yeah, and both this and the other neighborhood have the gorgeous blue ocean water, but this one has the benefit of also having the waterfall, so you can have that as a view from your home as well.
It also has the two little swans that float around that are in love. That to the right is the Lover's Tree, and we have some really unique and fun lore around it. If you talk to the NPCs that live here, depending on your relationship with them, they have a lot to say about this world and about each other. And I love the history for the Lover's Tree. If you look at it, it kind of looks like two people are intertwined, and there might be some rumors about that. You also get special buffs for swimming in the water here, and that's super romantic, and I love that bridge at night whenever the fireflies come out. It's a really, really beautiful location.
Then we have
I mean, that's got to be one of the starters with the best views in game. Has to be.
So this is our horse neighborhood. And so that's just kind of a quick view. As we said, this area is for swimming, and we have new loungers if you want to come sit here and relax at any point. So I'm going to take us into our other neighborhood, Puerto Hermoso, and drop us here on this.
This neighborhood has 2 beaches that you can visit, and one of them has the empty lot right on it, so you can choose whatever you want to put here, which is pretty exciting.
And both of the neighborhoods in Tartosa are based on different locations in the Mediterranean. So you get the beautiful blue crystal water, the beaches with the nice sunsets, and just a unique location for the Sims to spend time.
So, as we mentioned, this is our empty
Uma coisa, galera, que eu tava meio na especulação é se a gente podia interagir com a praia, nadar, essas coisas assim, porque no próprio clipe oficial, né, da divulgação desse pacote, eu tinha mostrado, né, o momento que tinha praia ali, então ficou meio na expectativa se ia ter, então realmente vai ter, e a gente pode nadar, interagir com essas coisas. Até comentaram antes aí uma coisa que já até falaram pra mim antes, você já só de poder nadar nessa água já tá válido, né, interagir com a água e tal. E é verdade, concordo.
So this lot is also really nice at night because there's special luminescent algae that glows in the water right off of this shore. There's some cool lore around that too, but it gives you some like a special buff whenever you swim there at night together. So that's kind of a cool like romantic activity to do together as well in the neighborhood.
So right over here is our lounge. That's kind of a place where you can have your engagement dinners, your rehearsal dinners, any of those.
Bom, então aqui na direita, galera, que ela tá mostrando aqui nessa construção, seria na verdade local para se alimentar, né, ou algo assim. É um restaurante ou algo assim. E pelo que eu vi ali, tinha um bar, né? Então provavelmente dá pra pedir comida no bar ou algo assim, ou preparar.
A lot of places to like walk around and explore. Up here we've got our thief estate, which is our other pre-made family, and there's a lot of fun, lore between the 2 families.
And maybe a call out to one of like my favorite historical Sims characters of all time ever.
That most people should know if you know Sim. And then back here, I just wanted to mention that, if you aren't really if your Sims aren't really all for the big hustle and bustle of a wedding, or you kind of want to have that story of like, oh my gosh, it's all too much, let's just get married, and this is our kind of city hall.
Então, galera, aqui seria tipo City Hall, né, que seria o cartório, né, o local onde você simplesmente vem aqui e casa logo com com o noivo ou a noiva aí, se você quiser pular essa parte aí. E tem a opção aqui que eu comentei até antes que dá pra usar o banheiro do local, provavelmente aí. É uma coisa que faz sentido, porque se você tá na cidade e quiser o banheiro de um local, achei bem pensado nisso aí. Então aqui seria o local pra você vir casar logo se quiser.
So, that is available to you if you want. Our food in this neighborhood is kind of a cultural mix, and so over here we have some Indian food.
A gente vai ter algumas comidas aqui pra comprar, né? Seriam uma conveniência aqui, né?
And then I'm going to spin us around and I not much. Over here we've got our Chinese food.
Comida chinesa.
You can order, same with the Indian food, how it might be a bigger list if you own some other packs. We've got our flower cart, where you can buy flowers and then you can also buy your wedding bouquet. And then we've got our cake patisserie stand, where you can order some cake slices and you can kind of get that chance to taste test the different types of cake. And then you can purchase
Foi o que eu comentei, galera, antes, tá vendo aqui, ó, ordenar comida ou pegar um bolo de casamento, que seria comprar, né? Pedir, encomendar um bolo de casamento. Então, se você for preparar seu casamento, eu sugiro que eu acho que pegue esse aqui antes, porque se a gente voltar anteriormente quando ela estava preparando aqui o casamento, ela ia escolher o bolo, né, que seria para o casamento. Então, aqui no caso, seria o local que a gente estaria escolhendo, encomendando o bolo aí.
Smaller variety of the cakes. You can also cook the cake with the gourmet cooking skill, or you can order one online. So let us come over here.
Vou passar para frente aqui, na parte aqui que eu acho que vocês já viram, né, pessoal? Que é a parte da onde a gente consegue provavelmente alugar as roupas ou comprar. Seria bom se tivesse as duas opções.
My favorite interactions are with her, where if you really get to know her and talk to her, she'll tell you so
Que é
much about
nessa loja onde ela tá indo aqui, ó.
this area and the history, and there's some of my favorite things you can find out through her.
So we just went into the dress shop, and so here you'll be able to choose the formal outfit for your sim, and select that one, and it will show up right in the wedding planner. So I'm gonna kind of just like click through these real quick, just kind of the general shapes. So we have two suits, and then we have the jumpsuit that you saw in the.
Bom, aqui uma coisa que eu vi, galera, que é interessante, para quem tiver interesse aí, que é opa, voltei demais.
This area and my favorite things.
Que aqui, ó, a gente clica aqui, ó, e abre essa abinha aqui e ela vai ter, você vai filtrar a roupa por estilo, tá? Aí ela clicou aqui, ó, My Wedding Stories, que seria tipo as expansões ou algo assim, algo que já tinha no jogo, tá? Mas o ideal seria tipo já clicar nesse My Wedding Stories, que é da expansão, e ele vai vir só o que for da expansão ali pra você.
Select that one, and it will show up right in the wedding planner. So I'm gonna kind of just like click through these real quick, just kind of the general shapes. So we
Aí pro homem aqui no caso vai ser parecido.
we have a few different varieties with quite a few different colors, and you can find which ones are right for your sim. I think I like this one. I know his daughter has a nice red dress for her formal outfit, so I'm gonna choose that just in 5. So I really love this dress in the back, and that just that little detail. So I'll probably leave her in this outfit when we do leave, but let's just show off some of the other options. And then for the girls, actually, we did update their dress in the free holiday.
Bom, aqui é o que eu já tinha mostrado, mas vou mostrar de novo, que é a parte do comprar as flores, né, os buquês pro casamento.
New pre-made sims in this pack. He doesn't live in a house, but there are a few of those like Dominique and Camille that you can see around town and talk to, and if you wanted to play.
I'm just grabbing a handful of bouquets. I'm not sure which one we want to choose yet, but you can kind of hold them and see them in person. And if you, we'll do this on our own lot, but if you take them out, you'll see that they have a little bit of a glass space that you can keep them, you know, for as long as you want. Let's see. We can go cake test, but my sim's actually a really good cook, so I'm gonna just go ahead and let her make her own cake. And let's show off these two.
New sand interactions.
Yep.
E aqui o que eu já tinha mostrado antes também, que vai ter nesse pacote, que é quando você vem na beira da praia, você consegue interagir, né? Fazer as ações ali com a família, ou as pessoas, ou sims, né? Se tiver contigo, e os sims estiver em volta, se você chamar eles. E você pode simplesmente procurar aqui, né? Tipo, cavar na areia ou algo assim, e achar itens, né? Que seria a garrafa com... como fala? com uma mensagem dentro.
It's just a really fun, cute activity. We also have a set of collectibles in this pack that are message in a bottles. So specifically in this world, on this beat.
Agora entendi, ela falou colecionáveis, que seria pra gente descobrir sobre os ancestrais, as pessoas que moraram aqui nessa cidade.
And the other
A história da
beach to the
cidade em
right,
si.
sometimes you'll see mounds pop up, and if you dig through the mound, you might find a message in a bottle. There are 20 message in a bottles in total, 5 different types, and they all have a unique appearance. They're really pretty, but whenever you click on them, you can read the messages inside, and there are some really fun messages. And it's ended up being one of my favorite things about this pack. You can find out about the Sims that lived here, some from the past, some that are present, and even Sims from other neighborhoods have sent messages that have washed up here. And it's really fun to explore those.
So there's that, and I will get us heading back so we can get to our wedding. So one of the things we talked about.
Bom, galera, eu vou colocar aqui então pra parte em que vai pro casamento, pra quem não acompanhou aí, só pra ver o que rolou no início do casamento, então. Aí aqui no caso começou o casamento e as pessoas começaram a chegar.
Specific to the guests of the wedding, so if your sim couple won't necessarily come and do that. Did my guests show up? My guests didn't show up. Interesting. Oh, they were busy.
Too, just because we didn't want your what activities that aren't listed there. So just
I don't know where Dominique is. But... So you can send your sims down the aisle. You can send them up the aisle, down the aisle, and there's a few special interactions. So now we're gonna send down.
Então o que ela falou aqui é praticamente que a gente pode pedir para ele andar e ir para cima, né, ou para frente no caso aqui do caminho, né, aqui das pétalas, ou down, que é para baixo, que seria voltar, né, e até o arco aqui do casamento. Aí você tem que ser, ó, repara aqui, ó, você tem que selecionar a pessoa, né, que vai vir próximo, a próxima pessoa, no caso é ela ali. A filha, no caso, né? Aí ela vem, tá jogando pétala. Aí vem a noiva. E pelo visto, deixa eu ver aqui, só uma coisa com detalhe. Cadê? Ah, ela selecionou a noiva, né? E pediu pra ela vir. Galera, outra coisa que eu achei que ficou faltando aqui, tá? Na minha opinião, é o que já tinha no The Sims 2, acho que no 3 também, que quando você casa, os nossos Sims, eles pegam uma limusine e vai pra lua de mel, tá? Aí eles ficam um tempo fora ali, né? Vai rodando vai preenchendo uma barrinha, né? Um círculo. E aí, quando eles voltarem, é que acabou a lua de mel deles ali. Na minha opinião, deveria ter assim, os Sims irem pra lua de mel. E aí, no caso, você conseguir levar mais pessoas, se quiser, ou algo assim, ou só o casal vai, que é o que mais faz sentido, né? Eles irem pra lua de mel, só os dois, e você escolher a localidade que vai ser a lua de mel e eles ficar ali por algumas horas, ou passar um dia inteiro, ou algo assim, entendeu? Após a festa, o casamento em si. Então tem a limusine, casamento, desculpa, limusine, músicos, lua de mel, essas coisas assim era pra ter, na minha opinião, tá? Mas eu não vi isso aí no jogo, não. O músico que eu falo não é só um pianista, tá, galera? O músico eu falo violinista ali, uma banda e tal. Ou um DJ tocando no casamento também. Eu imagino que dê pra contratar um DJ também, tá? Mas se não tiver como, eu acho que fica meio chato, assim, não sei.
The different outcomes on it too. There's one where they go to kiss and they bonk heads, and it's my favorite.
Yeah, wow. Let's see, pause there for a moment. I guess we're not quite done.
I'll make the bonk heads.
Well, cross my fingers for you that we'll get that cute one. Nope. But
Oh, the new animation.
It was so sweet.
Então a gente tem novas animações, tá, galera? Que a gente pode interagir também, novas interações no casamento, não é uma coisa simples que é só trocar botas ali e já era, né? Um enfia o anel no dedo do outro e pronto, acabou. Então a gente tem isso aí também. E aqui a parte do comes e bebes, a gente chama as pessoas, né, pra comer,
two,
igual a gente chama pra refeição.
everything else I'm having
Você pode servir antes ou depois, igual tá mostrando aqui, os alimentos.
are, after the ceremony moment. So we're gonna serve some food. So you can serve different types of food here. And I'm going to have everyone time to eat. So try and get everyone to come over here and eat something.
Those group interactions are really nice for controlling the flow of your wedding with everyone doing stuff together.
Bom, galera, é praticamente o que eu já tinha mostrado antes, tá? Só recapitulando. E, sei lá, falando um pouco sobre a minha opinião do que faltou, do que eu vi, do que não vi. Então, aí vai de cada um que se gostou ou não, né, do desenrolar dessa demonstração. Eu particularmente achei que é válido, gostei, porém ficou faltando essas coisas que eu mencionei, que é ir pra lua de mel, né, para um local ali, se escolhe o local da lua de mel, uma limousine, que é mais com mais interação assim com as pessoas que vêm trazendo, né, entrando ali como é que fala, no arco, né? Por exemplo, padrinhos, tios, pais, parentes ou vizinhos, sei lá. Vai também da família também. E tem coisas aqui que eles não colocaram no jogo base, que já deveria ter, né? Que nem champanhe, bolo de casamento, essas coisas assim desse tamanho, né? Variados. Até porque você faz uns bolos bem simples e tal, para o casamento no jogo básico. Mas é isso, galera. Espero que vocês tenham gostado, tá? Hoje eu quis trazer essa novidade para vocês aí. Espero que tenham gostado da novidade. O pacote, para mim, eu diria que tá legal sim, tá? Ele já deveria ter alguma coisa relacionada ao casamento no jogo básico, né? Igual a gente tinha comentado já no chat aí com o pessoal mais antes. Mas é isso aí. Bom, galera, eu sou o BR Paul e essa foi mais uma live aqui, trazendo novidades para vocês do game The Sims. Espero que tenham gostado. Vou nessa, fui! Até a próxima!